Options trading it can seem super complex, but what if I told you it really just boils down to two simple choices you get to make? Every single trade, every strategy, it's all built on two powerful levers that you control. So let's dive in and break down exactly what those are.
So, what are they? What are these two fundamental choices? I mean, these are the decisions that shape everything: your risk, your potential reward, the whole nature of any option you could ever trade. And yeah, we're going to answer that right now.
Okay, so the easiest way to picture this is to think of an option like a contract, where you're in the driver's seat controlling two main levers. You've got a chosen price and you've got a chosen deadline. Seriously, that's it. Price and deadline. Every single one of those complicated strategies you hear about, they all start right here with these two simple things.
All right, let's grab that first lever, choosing your price. In the options world, we call this the strike price. And trust me, it's pretty much the anchor for your entire trade. So what is the strike price? Well, it's that locked-in price where you get the right, but hey, not the obligation, that's key, to either buy or sell a stock. If you've got a call option, that's your buy price. If you have a put, that's your sell price. Just think of it like this. It's the specific hurdle the stock has to clear for your trade to have a shot at being successful.
Now, the moment you pick that strike price, you've basically determined something called moneyness. It sounds kind of technical, but all it really means is answering one simple question. Right now, based on where the stock is trading, does my option have any built-in value? Is it profitable on paper already? And that question leads us to two main states. First, you can be out of the money, or OTM. This just means the stock hasn't moved where you need it to yet. Exercising your option right now wouldn't make any sense. On the flip side, if you're in the money, or ITM, well, congratulations. That means your contract already has some built-in value, what we call intrinsic value.
Okay, let's make this super clear with a call option example. Let's say you pick a strike price of $50. Now, if that stock suddenly jumps to $55, boom, your option is in the money. Why? Because you have the right to buy at $50, something that everyone else is paying $55 for. If the stock is sitting right at $50, you're at the money. And if the stock has dropped to $45, well, then you're out of the money. And for a put option, it's just the exact opposite logic. The key thing to remember is that the strike price you choose sets that specific target the stock needs to hit. Okay, so that was lever one. Let's move on to lever number two, and this one is all about the clock. We're talking about the expiration date. And honestly, you could argue this is just as important as the price you pick. The definition here is pretty simple, but man, it's unforgiving. The expiration date is the absolute last day your contract is alive. The second that clock ticks past the close of that day, if your option isn't profitable, it poofs into thin air. It becomes completely worthless. It is a hard, hard deadline. The good news is you've got choices for that deadline. You can go for really short-term predictions with weeklies that expire every Friday. You could go with the standard monthlies. Or if you've got a really big long-term idea about a company, you can buy something called leaps, which can last for years. Basically, each choice just reflects how much time you think you need for your prediction to play out. And this brings us to a really critical idea. Time is money. I mean, in options, it's literally true. Look at it this way. An option that has 6 months to go gives the stock way more time to make a huge move than an option that dies next Friday, right? And because of that extra time, that extra potential, longer dated options are always going to cost you more money up.
Okay, so now we've got our two levers down, the strike price and the expiration date. Let's put them together and see how they create the final piece of the puzzle, what you're actually going to pay for this thing.
And this is really the core idea of the whole thing. That price you pay for an option, we call it the premium, it isn't just some random number. It's the direct result of the two levers you just pulled, the strike price you chose and the expiration date you set. So you can see the trade-off pretty clearly here. Let's say you want a higher probability of being right. What do? You probably pick a strike price that's really close to where the stock is trading now, and you give yourself plenty of time, maybe 6 months. That combination, it's going to cost you more. The premium will be higher. But what if you want to buy a cheap lottery ticket, so to speak? Well, then you'd pick a strike price that's way far away from the current price, and maybe it expires in just a week. It's a total long shot, and because of that, the cost is way lower. And you can see it visually right here. That weekly, out-of-the-money option, the long shot, has a really low premium. But that more probable, at-the-money option with a full month to go, it costs a whole lot more. And why? Because you're paying for a better chance of success and you're paying for more time for it to happen.
At the end of the day, it all just boils down to this one simple idea. Every single options trade is a balancing act. You are always constantly weighing how much you're paying for that option against the odds of it actually becoming profitable in the time you've given it. All right, so let's just quickly recap the big takeaways here. First, every option is defined by your two choices, strike price and expiration date. The strike price, that sets the condition for profit. The expiration date, that sets the deadline for that condition to be met. And you put those two together and they determine the option's cost. That's the whole shebang. So that really just leaves us with one final question for you. Now that you get the mechanics, now that you know about these two levers, what kind of trader would you be? Are you the type to pay more for a higher chance of success? Or would you rather spend a little on a long shot trade that could have a massive payoff? That's the strategic choice every single trader has to make every single time.